It's Thursday, May 9. Let's tell you what's happening. The Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, today began hearing oral arguments relating to the December 21, 2018 vote in the National Assembly.
In the Christopher Ram versus the Attorney General of Guyana case, Ram's petition to the court was for the government to resign and His Excellency President David Granger call an election within 90 days as stipulated in the Constitution. Hearing number 2, the opposition leader, Bar Jagdeo versus the Attorney General of Guyana, Basil Williams, Dr. Barton Scotland, and Joseph Harmon. Hearing number 3, Charandas Prasad versus Compton Reed, Bar Jagdeo, Joseph Harmon, and Dr. Barton Scotland. This last hearing has to do with the eligibility of Charandas Prasad to vote in the National Assembly. When the hearings began this morning, a number of government ministers observed the proceedings from the public gallery. They included Minister Sidney Allicock, who is the Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, and Dr. Nicolette Henry, the Minister of Education. In the afternoon session, Attorney General Basil Williams made his presentation.
Sir Dennis at 164 actually said that the shallowest level of entrenchment was the absolute majority. And you determine that when you look at the words or the language of a majority of all elected members of the National Assembly. And he said that that was more difficult than the ordinary legislation which only requires a simple majority, being a majority of those who voted. So it's this very House created that dichotomy and actually explained the Guyana Constitution, which has been very welcome. And therefore, the majority couldn't be the same majority as a simple majority because we don't have an even number parliament. We recognize that there's a coincidence where you apply the arithmetical formula to the absolute majority of half plus 1, where you apply it to an even number parliament, as in Kilman, there's a coincidence that they appear to be the same, as when all 65 members turn up and are present and voting on a simple majority. But when it comes to the uneven parliament, such as Guyana, you have a situation when you apply the formula that the majority would be at least 34 in our 65-member parliament, bearing in mind that the majority for 64 is 33. So it follows logically that the majority for 65 has to be more than 33.
Hearing on the December 21 vote continues tomorrow before the CCJ. From Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, with senior videographer Kwesi Wishart, Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Public-private partnerships, green pavements, and work zone safety were just some of the areas addressed as the 8th International Road Federation IRF Regional Congress continued at the Artichon Conference Center.
Presenters with expertise in areas related to the development of roads provided informative material to the diverse field of participants at the IRF Congress. Public-private partnerships, PPP, from strategy to implementation was a topic that drew intense discussions.
It is vital that you do your homework before you start a project preparation. And this is what Jamaica did. And this is my alternative definition of PPP. Project preparation pays.
Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, whose ministry organized the Congress, expressed thoughts on the day's discussions.
You know, Guyana was embarking on PP projects, the New Demerara River Bridge crossing, the second phase of the Linden Lethem crossing, which we want to do in the same PPP format. We, as a Caribbean persons, have unique cultures, unique designs, and unique requirements. So therefore, obviously, we're trying to learn from our colleagues.
Discussions were also centered on spending sufficient monies to prepare for projects.
You could not spend enough money on doing these technical traffic studies, legal studies, and so on.
To this end, Minister Patterson provided a comment.
I have been accused of spending a lot of money on the, pre-feasibilities and feasibility studies and those things like that. So I'm glad that I'm somewhat vindicated. That everyone says that the more money you put in the feasibility and the project preparation documents, the better the project will be. So we will continue what we've been doing and preparing quite well for what is to come for our infrastructure.
Other topics included work zone safety and improving mobility, construction and testing, road safety audits, and innovative road procurement and financing. Reported from the Arthurchon Conference Center with videographer Anil Silal, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
The youth of Anai and neighboring village Masara in the North Rupununi were commended for their active participation in community development.
I'm so impressed by the way the young people are putting themselves in order, putting themselves in key positions to have a good life.
Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Alikok. He was speaking at a community meeting in Masara village where he presented funding to equip the Masara sports clubs while Anna youths received for the extension of a restaurant. He explained that the initiative was delivering on a promise made to the youths. Vice President of the Masara Football Club, Lenny Moses, said that the funding is timely.
I want to thank you for responding to our request. And it came just in time because at the moment, as we speak, we have 3 sets of tournament.
At Sorama, the ministry is also supporting the village to revive its woodworking center. The youths will be making furnitures for the schools and residents based on orders. Seneca Thorne, InfoHub.
The Department of Social Cohesion, Culture, Youth and Sports' 4th Social Cohesion Day will be celebrated under the theme, Appreciating Our Diversities, Building a Better Guyana. The event, to be hosted on May 13 at 10 hours at the National Cultural Center, is expected to portray the nation's multi-ethnicity and multicultural dimensions. It is also expected to reflect on the department's work thus far and further serve as a testimony of what Guyana can be when harmony, love, and unity speak in the hearts of citizens. Acting Program Coordinator of the department, Natasha Singh Lewis, predicts that it will be much different than last year. Planning is in place to implement the activity in various regions later this year. More on this story can be found on our website. Still to come, Mayor and City Council takes composting program to schools, aims to create awareness of its benefits to the environment. Details of these and more when we return.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. The Mayor and City Council's composting campaign has taken flight, and to date, 5 schools in Georgetown have benefited from the program, which highlights how composting can help the environment.
The aim of the Mayor and City Council's composting program is to influence behavioral changes among youths at the primary level.
The Mayor and City Council's Waste Management Director, Walter Narine, explained through the program children will learn how to do waste separation and also educate their parents for the benefit of the environment.
What we plan to accomplish is that each school will learn how to do separation of waste, because we provide them with a receptacle, and also we're taking one component of the waste, which is the organic waste, and to teach them how to do organic fertilizer, make organic fertilizer, and to revitalize planting in schools.
The initiative aims to help reduce the methane gas that is produced from organic waste in an effort to reduce greenhouse gases.
Coming to you from the Tugville Primary School in Festival City with videographer Mahinder Raj, I'm Kippany Jordan, InfoHub.
For the first time, ultrasound services have been added to the wide range of services offered at the Port Moran District Hospital.
This is said to be a cost-effective intervention for pregnant mothers along the Quarantine Coast, as these services are free to the public. Doctor in charge at the hospital, Dr. Davindra Radhe.
That service will be provided 5 days per week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for pregnant mothers, and the other days are for other patients. We also be doing 24 hours emergency service right here at the hospital. This will reduce the amount of patient that goes to New Amsterdam, and this will facilitate the persons that cannot afford to travel or neither to pay for private ultrasound.
This new development follows discussions between the hospital management and the Public Health Ministry. As a result, the agreement was made for an ultrasound technician from the Cuban Medical Brigade to facilitate the service at the hospital. Dr. Radhe further explains how essential it is to have this service.
Port Moran Hospital actually covers 7 health centers as well. So all of those health centers send pregnant mothers to New Amsterdam Hospital. Here in the high-risk clinic, we have roughly 28 patients. So that's just a small numbers. I'm sure that in the health center, each health center maybe have 30, 40, 50 plus patients that are pregnant that need ultrasound.
Just last month, X-ray services were introduced at the district hospital with the commissioning of an X-ray department. Even further, public confidence has been restored in the service delivery at the hospital as more persons are accessing healthcare there. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
First Lady Sandra Granger on Wednesday presented a quantity of adult and children's clothing, toiletries, baby supplies, and feminine personal care items to the women across differences. The items were donated by the Daughters of the King of St. Timothy Episcopal Church in Decatur, Georgia. In her address to the small gathering of teenage mothers, the First Lady, who is a patron of the group, said she is pleased to see the young women taking control of their lives. She also expressed gratitude to the donors for partnering to give the teens a second chance at success. Adolescent mothers who come from various socioeconomic backgrounds will greatly benefit from the donation. The organization, through its comprehensive empowerment program, offers skills training activities and other learning opportunities for the teenagers. The presentation was made at the Women Across Differences headquarters in Naira Street, Queenstown. More on this story can be found on our website and social media platforms. 23 young people will be given the opportunity to kickstart their businesses with more than $7 million in grants from the Small Business Bureau.
So young people who hailed from several communities graduated from an entrepreneurial training program under the Citizen Security Strengthening Program. They are also the first batch to graduate from the program. Mary Flew, who hails from Sophia, will be using her grant to get her restaurant up and running by November.
I work very hard to get where I am right now, and I'm thanking the SBB and the CCSB for this that happened to me today. And also, there are opportunities out there you have to go out there and grab it. It won't be like coming to you. It takes hard work, so go out there.
Tandika Hunt owns a small ice cream shop selling homemade ice cream. However, she sews and makes business cards in the All-by-Stone community. With the training received, Hunt said she will not only be able to expand her business, but also better manage it.
With the training, you learn a lot about your business, how to manage your business, how to get self-control with customers, right? And you learn to do your books, how to prepare it, how to see your profit, how to buy the right product for your business.
Program coordinator Dr. Clement Henry assured the young people that they will continue to be government's top priority as they play an important role in the country's development.
Entrepreneurship and education and skills building will aid our young people in developing their skills and putting them in a position to make valuable contribution to the lives of their families, to their communities, and this beautiful country, Guyana. I say to you, my young friends, doors of opportunity are opening to you. those that were not present for my generation. And the great challenge facing you today is to be ready to enter these doors as they open.
The training falls under the first component of the CSSP piloted by the Ministry of Public Security, targeting 4,000 youths in 20 communities from 5 regions. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications, and subscribe to our website for more stories. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.